by 1 o'clock, I need to be done with this video. So at most, this is going to be like a 14-minute review. We are talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger being featured, Danny Glover, and the original. Who we got in this? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. 1987 film. Action film. Mixed with a little bit of horror and paranoia. So, yeah. It kind of gives me The Thing vibes where it's like these men are helpless. These macho men are helpless. Like these strong ass guys, as strong and as badass and as tough as they think they are, they can't do shit against Predator until the end of the film. Obviously, Arnold Schwarzenegger's too big of a badass to kill off in a franchise. An alien spacecraft deploys a shuttle to Earth, which foreshadows something. On Earth, Vietnam veteran Major Alan Dutch Schaefer, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and his military rescue team, consisting of Mac, one of my favorite characters in the show, Pancho, Blaine, Billy, and Hawkins, are tasked with rescuing a former cabinet minister and his aide from insurgents. So their helicopter crashes, and they must rescue them. CIA officer Al Dillon, a Vietnam War buddy of Dutch's, is assigned to accompany the team over Dutch's objections. So Dillon is played by Danny Glover, I'm pretty sure. En route, the team discovers the wreckage of a helicopter and 3 scanned corpses, so they're left like, what the fuck happened to these people, you know? Dutch identifies them as Green Berets that he knew and becomes suspicious of Dillon's intentions. So he feels like Dillon is trying to like betray him. He's like, are you trying to get me fucking killed out here? What are you doing here? The team reaches the guerrilla camp and witnesses the execution of a hostage. So a hostage gets shot. I guess they don't get there in time to save one of the cabinet ministers or whatever. So their mission quickly goes to shit here. They mount an attack, killing the rebels and several Soviet intelligence officers. So at this point in the movie, I knew Predator was going to be in the film, but I was like, damn, is this a fucking war movie? Holy shit. Holy carnage, holy explosions, holy people getting gunned down and doing this when they're getting shot with a machine gun. Pretty sure you would get blasted to the ground on like the first shot. But alright. The dramatic adding. The dramatic touch, I get it. Dutch confronts Dillon, who reveals that her true mission was to stop a planned Soviet-backed invasion and that the CIA sent the Green Berets weeks earlier for the same mission, so they're picking up the scraps for the Green Berets. It's pretty much what's happening. The only surviving guerrilla, Anna, is captured, so they capture Anna. Learning that more rebels are coming, the team chooses to trek to the extraction point to get to the helicopter, get to the chopper. They are followed by an entity that employs a cloaking device and tracks them by thermal imaging. So this is the first part of the film where the Predator is kind of announced and shows his face a little bit. I love how ominous, I love how mysterious they make the Predator here. He doesn't really make an appearance until late in the episode when he's fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger. They kind of make it so like he's this guy that's just taking men one by one and disappearing out of nowhere. So, a spooked Billy glimpses it while Anna attempts to escape. Billy, the tough, hard-headed guy that won't even laugh at a simple joke about someone's girlfriend having a big pussy, not even laughing at that, he is like cowering in fear at this damn thing. Hawkins catches her, but the creature attacks and kills him while sparing Anna, so Hawkins is the first to go. Dutch organizes a search party, but Blaine is shot dead by the creature's plasma cannon. And then Blaine, seconds fucking later, damn near, feels like. It feels like the crew is wiped in a damn instant in this show, and we're just left with Arnold Schwarzenegger 1v1ing against the monster, which is pretty badass. So, yeah. They learn he has a fucking plasma cannon. What are they going to do about this? Enraged, Mac provokes everyone to blindly fire their weapons into the jungle, unknowingly wounding the creature. So he actually hits the creature. His plan works to an extent. They know that the creature completes. They know it's killable. As the creature administers first aid, the commandos regroup and realize they are being hunted. They just now realized this. Dillon believes only 2 or 3 guerrillas are responsible, but Billy is adamant that their pursuer is not human. They know he's not human. They know he's a fucking supernatural. They should know at this point. He shot a damn plasma cannon at someone. Who the fuck has that technology? And Blaine, by the way, is like the fucking big ass dude that had like the minigun. So, Dylan believes only 2 or 3 gorillas are responsible, but Billy is adamant that the pursuer is not human. He's like, dude, I saw this damn thing. I know it's a fucking creature of some sort. I know it. They make camp for the night and set traps, which are triggered by a wild boar, and Matt gets in a fight with a wild boar. I think it's funny. In the confusion, Matt kills it while the creature steals Blaine's body. So, Predator sees this as a distraction. He fucking swoops at Blaine's body and does what he does to all the other bodies. Skins it and hangs it from a tree. Dutch later realizes that their enemy uses the trees to travel and frees Anna, who states that her people had seen similarly mutilated bodies before, so she's kind of been through this. She kind of knows the lore of the Predator and what he does to people. So yeah, I mean, the fact that they realized that he uses trees was probably ever more terrifying for them. The next day, the group constructs a net trap, and the creature is captured, but it escapes, and Pancho is injured. Mac and Dylan pursue it, but are outmaneuvered and killed. So now Mac and Dylan die. We're left with Pancho, Dutch, and Anna. Those are the only ones left. As the survivors flee, Billy stays behind to fight the creature, giving the others time to escape. Oh, Billy was alive too. Billy is now killed, and the creature follows the survivors and kills Pancho. So now Dutch and Annie are the only ones alive, and they are the only ones that survive in this film. It's kind of crazy because you would think most of the good guys would win in a film like this, but they take an approach of the enemy damn near winning here. Almost. Dutch realizes it does not attack unarmed individuals, so he tells the unarmed Anna to get to the choppa at the extraction point. Hashtag iconic. Dutch attempts to distract the creature by fleeing, but is followed to a muddy riverbank, where Dutch emerges from the water and incidentally covers himself in mud. The creature fails to see him and leaves to collect trophies from the others. So now Dutch is like, alright, if I cover myself in mud, I can sneak around this landscape. Dutch realizes that the creature hunts by using thermal imaging technology to detect body heat in the cool mud provided camouflage. He crafts makeshift traps and weapons and lures the creature out at night with a war cry and torch. So he's ready to fight this damn thing. He's like, come and fucking get me, I'm ready. He lightly enters the creature and disables its cloaking device, and the creature fires wildly into the forest. Dutch tries to escape, but accidentally falls into the river, and the water dissolves his mud camouflage, and now Predator can detect him. As the creature confronts Dutch, it removes its mask and plasma cannon to fight him hand to hand, having deemed him a worthy opponent. He's like, wow, I finally found a guy that's not a little bitch and doesn't cower down to me. Despite being overpowered and outsmarted, Dutch attempts to guide the creature into a booby trap. It goes around, but Dutch triggers the trap anyway, crushing the creature with the trap's counterweight, the fucking big old log. With the alien mortally wounded, he asks it, what the hell are you? So we get some pretty comical moments. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger is really good at sprinkling his own comedy into films. I'm sure he had that pitch to the creators when they were making this, and it's really funny. The creature repeats the question to him and activates its self-destruct device, manically laughing as the bomb counts down, mimicking Billy's laugh, which is kind of fucking scary, but it is kind of crazy. Realizing what it has done, Dutch runs for cover and survives the explosion. He's then rescued by the extraction helicopter with Anna already safe on board, though he is traumatized by the experience. So yeah, kind of crazy, it is kind of like, me and my dad kind of thought the same thing. It's kind of a dumb way to end this film, but again, when there's sequels, when there's a whole fucking franchise backing this thing, that's not really a problem to me. I don't know. A lot of people thought it was like a 4.5 out of 10. What the hell? A mixed or average response. 80% of Rotten Tomatoes got a approval rating of 80%. 7 out of 10. That's more like it. I would say it is like a 7 out of 10. Predator, part sci-fi, part horror, part action, all muscle. That's true. The film is grisly and dull with few surprises. I guess so. I mean, it released in the fucking 80s. There was a lot of cliche movies in its time. The militarized monster movie tires under its own derivative weight. It arguably one of the emptiest, feeblest most derivative scripts ever made as a major studio movie. I guess I can kind of agree. It's not my favorite movie of all time, but it's definitely iconic. It's definitely really cool. It's got a cool feel to it. Slightly above average actioner that tries to compensate for tissue-thin plot with even more grisly death sequences and impressive special effects. The cloaking shit was revolutionary. They did that in the second Terminator as well. Unfortunately, special effects have also been substituted for suspense. Early appearance of the Predator makes the final gladiatorial conflict predictable, and the monster's multiple transformations also exhaust interest in its final appearance. I liked the monster getting introduced at the start and being this ominous, this mysterious creature, like, what the hell is this thing? I liked that about the film, to be honest with you. I don't know, people have different opinions. The creature's motivations are poorly explained, I guess. More complimentary on the film. Predator moves at a breakneck pace. It has strong and simple characterizations. It has good location photography, terrific special effects, and it supplies what it claims to supply: an effective action movie. The Predator's weaponized attacks rely too heavily on special effects, but the film is a well-made old-style assault movie, a full assault visual experience. It's seen as a B+ by people at CinemaScore. The movie is a fast-paced, high testosterone. It is high testosterone. Edge of the seat experience. Tyler character is a masterful creation. Predator has gradually become a sci-fi and action classic. It's not difficult to see why. John McTiernan's direction is claustrophobic, fluid, and assured, staging the action with aplomb, but concentrating just as much on tension and atmosphere. A thumping piece of powerhouse cinema. Over the last 30-odd years, it has come to be regarded a classic of 80s action cinema. Yeah, for sure. Definitely has a legacy. Definitely has definitely has had a lot of potential for the time. They knew they